What up, guys? That Comic Awesome here, doing another review, doing Infinity Countdown number 3, and this is still lackluster. Like, I'm having a hard time imagining this being an event that is worthy of, like, infinity in its title. When you think Infinity Gauntlet, all the like Infinity War type stuff that is going on right now with the movies, this seems so small scale. This is a 5-issue, right? Let's see. Yeah, so it's a 5-issue book, and we're already now more than halfway done. And we've only seen 2 stones. What I fear, and this is the signs of a bad event, is you're only going to see the Reality Stone here. You're only going to see the Mind Stone here. Somehow, I don't know what part Darkhawk's going to play. You're going to see the Space Stone with Black Widow. Something with Champions. Darkhawk's probably going to play a bigger part. And then all of them will come together in the 5th. And then that'll be it, the conclusion. That's my thoughts. And I'm very disappointed in that. Because, I don't know. It just, we're 3 issues in, and we've really only focused on 2 stones. One of them more than any other one. We focused on the Power Stone and the Guardians of the Galaxy more than anything, making this feel like a Guardians of the Galaxy crossover more than a Marvel event. Now, that being said, if this was laid out like Infinity War or Infinity Countdown Prime number 1, I think. I don't know why they even numbered it, because Prime. Anyway, the setup to this series was amazing because it gave you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like, you saw all the stones and how they were, who had them, and you're like, awesome, the stage is set. And then now we've just focused on these 2. And these other ones are kind of lost, in the shuffle of things. I don't like that. Each issue should have given me at least a page or 2 glimpse. Like, I understand that you have to focus a section of story to like one stone, in one book, and a section of story to another stone in another book, but give me little snippets to let me know that the wheels and the cogs are still moving elsewhere. So this one, just like the other ones, you get the 1-page little glimpse of the Dark Elf or Dwarf making what would be the Infinity Helm, I guess. And then, he's like, I'm just so sad. He's drinking. But again, you get really only Adam Warlock facing against Ultron to get the Soul Stone. He has used the Soul Stone to kind of infect the Silver Surfer. I don't want to go in too much because it's kind of bland, but Adam Warlock is able to cocoon the Surfer, save him. Instead of saying to help, Surfer just kind of takes off. He's like, deuces. And he's like, wait, Surfer, wait, what? So, Adam Warlock's, well, I'll kill you, in this whole entire planet if I have to. And he's like, well, too late. I've already sent all of these rockets out, and they're going to seed the universe with my Ultroniness. So that's, to me, okay, that feels a little eventish, Now, if we were to focus on some outcomes of that, this, or this maybe should have been the end of the last issue. But now we go back to the Guardians of the Galaxy for the 3rd issue in a row and spend the rest of the time here. They pretty much have been fighting this war against the Chitauri and the Raptors, all trying to get the Power Stone, which is the size of a mountain. Ant-Man had tried to shrink it with Pym particles. It didn't work. I would have personally thought it would have been really cool if he did. what's her name? Ava, the Nova Corps. Ava Backian. Had her baby and she's back out on the field fighting. She used a little Nova force field for it. Nova finds his brother, who is now a raptor, and he gives him a little piece of information, and it's almost Matrix-esque. He's like, it's all in your mind. This is all just a simulation, so, it's mind over matter on everything. Like, don't believe what is really happening to you. And I wonder, and okay, 5:45, mark my words, I wonder if this entire Marvel Legacy, Marvel ever since Secret Wars, is going to be erased because it's just an alternate reality that had taken place, at some point. This is just a simulation, as they say. This isn't real. So this is just something that's happened. And then after this series, maybe that'll be Marvel's fresh start. Even though Venom #1 comes out Wednesday. So that leads him to be, hang on. And then the dumbest part of the book, Drax playing a saxophone. Anyway, so it leads him to telling Star-Lord, mind over matter. So it kind of goes back to this chart, this flow chart of how the Infinity Stones actually work. Oh, where is it? There it is. So the Power Stone, and it says here, the Power Stone, powered by the user's mastery of the mind, can make a person more physically powerful. So obviously, if one has a strong mind, then they are able to wield the Power Stone. And they all kind of work in a chain. So those with a mastery of power can, bend space, blah, 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 blah. Oh. Going back to what I said before, I should have done this prior, but excuse the horrible flow. We focused here, and we focused here. We have not seen these 4 stones since Infinity Countdown Prime. That's a problem. That is a problem. Again, there should be a snippet in each issue about that, of each of these stones. Anyway, so Star-Lord is able to wrap his mind around mind over matter and shrink he bends the spoon because there is no spoon. It's they're in the Matrix, essentially, I think. Who knows? So he's able to shrink the Power Stone down, and then in the most ridiculous way, gives it to Drax in his saxophone, in which he blasts all the Chitauri and Raptors. I don't know. Again, it's a crossover. This is a crossover, not an event. I really need to see some more what's happening. Maybe now that the Guardians part with the Power Stone has been resolved, but you don't have 2 issues, essentially, to wrap up the collection of all of the stones by this mysterious force and the defeat of all the stones by this mysterious, or the defeat of this mysterious force by our heroes, or leading into the next event, which would be awful. I think that's the problem with these events nowadays, is you have a lot of build-up to not a lot of climax, whereas the beginning of Infinity Gauntlet was Thanos snapping his fingers. He had already gotten the stones, and he snapped his fingers, and then that was it. Then it was, how are the heroes going to come back from that? This, again, all the stones are still scattered. We're 3 issues in, and we just got the Power Stone down to a normal size. So now it's being wielded by the Guardians of the Galaxy. None of the other stones have even been collected. There's no one that has more than one stone. Everything's just kind of in its place. It almost is just, it could end right here and be like, and then it was all okay. I don't know. I would just like to see a little more of everything, get a little more inclusion of the other stories. That way they didn't feel orphaned. But it is what it is. Subscribe over here, watch some more videos, hit me up in the comments, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.